Close your eyes, 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 eyes.
I am fully open and present in the moment to receive any guidance that speaks to my soul. I will be honest and authentic with myself, facing the truth that my body, my intuition is guiding me as either confirmation or a nudge for healing. I am prepared to wholeheartedly start or continue on my journey to self-discovery and healing. Hello everyone. Welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here, and I have another reading for you. Today's reading is going to be a requested reading. Now, a few of you put on the community page that you wanted to see more spiritual based readings, and that is fantastic. That's really good because there's always a lot of questions, unanswered questions, when it comes to practicing spirituality, practicing divination, etc. So I scrolled through a few of your requests, and the one that jumped out was from Phoenix 33:6, and she asks, how do you release limiting beliefs so you can tap completely into your spiritual gifts? And that's a really good question, because it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're an experienced reader, spiritualist, etc. Sometimes we suffer from self-doubt, limiting beliefs based on situations in our personal lives, right? Sometimes you could do a reading, or you could be giving guidance to someone and you get it completely wrong. And it doesn't mean that you're not gifted. It means that you probably aren't connecting to that person, or you are not in alignment. You're not fully present, right? So you might be focusing energetically on something else going on in your life. So that's why it's important to do a lot of clearing and cleansing, etc., so you can be really present when you're working with others, right? So I have 3 options here to choose from. So this is option 1, this is option 2, and this is option 3. Now you can pause the video, choose a card. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected the first card, here's your reading. So we're going to look at this at the end, right? So let's get some tarot. So we're going to look into how do you release limiting beliefs so that you can be more present, tap completely into your spiritual gifts. Let's see what the cards have to say. Universe, option 1. Release limiting beliefs so they can tap completely into their spiritual gifts. So we have here the Fool, the Emperor. So we have the Fool and War is the Emperor card. And we have here the 8 of Wands. So it's the 8 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Moon. What I'm getting from this is discipline, structure, right? It's just having a go. They're calling for you to just take a risk, set up a routine. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Now, the limiting beliefs, it's self-inflicted in this case. So it's not other people saying that you're not good enough. It's mainly just what you think about yourself, what you think about your abilities, and it's saying that you need to kind of have belief in yourself, belief in your craft, belief in your skills, because with the Emperor is really good at what he does, right? The Emperor is a very skilled and structured and organized and orderly soul person, and it is saying that you possess that energy, but it's for you to believe it and see it within yourself. You are the one that is putting yourself in this space of not believing, not trusting in yourself. It's also saying that with the Fool card, if you were to give it a go and to release any type of expectation, any type of pressure, right? You will see that things will actually fall into place. You will see that you are actually good at what you do. You will see that you are able to process and absorb information, right, easily, and also be able to be a master at your craft. With the Fool card, it's also showing me, I'm getting an energy of like when you're in a dream and your dream just keeps changing locations or people. It's just all over the place, but it's almost like, this is a circus card, it's almost like an illusion. It's like your mind is playing tricks on you here, and it's for you to be able to tame that with the Emperor. These two cards, the Fool and the Eight of Wands, it's like you're allowing your imagination to run away with you, and you're thinking of every way that things can go wrong, every way that you're not good enough. And it's saying you need to take control of that with the Emperor. Bring that in, rein it in, and start focusing on what you can do, focusing on the tangible, focusing on the things that you know that you are good at. For someone, it's actually there's a fear behind learning something new. So what I mean by that, it's taking a course for you to improve on your skills or to learn something new. So you're already hands down with a lot of your gifts, but you're wanting to excel. For instance, let's say that you want to get into energy healing, for instance. You don't believe that you're capable of doing that. You don't believe that you have that within yourself to heal with your hands, right? And I'm hearing healing touch. So to actually be with someone physically and healing them, you don't believe that you can do that. You don't trust it. And it is saying to get out of this whole state of illusion, state of having your mind playing tricks on you, and actually get down to work with the Emperor. It's like seeing what you've already accomplished and how you've accomplished it, and that you can excel. You're more than capable of managing it. And with the Emperor as well, managing it so well that you'll be able to teach others. Because the Emperor also has those who are under him, who works under him, or alongside him, I should say. Right? But it's saying to with the Moon card, and then look what follows, the Seven of Wands, or the Seven of Swords. What story, what illusions are you telling yourself? What lies are you telling yourself in order to hold yourself back? To keep yourself in a state of stagnation? But it's, in this case, the person that is actually very skilled, right? Very good at their craft, and it's for them to go further. It's what's holding you back. Why are you so afraid of starting again? That's the beauty of it all. You become the leader, the master, and then you become the student with the Fool. You have to start again. That's growth. That's improvement. You know, there's no need to tell yourself these false stories. But this is the key question here. Why am I afraid of growth? Why am I afraid of being the student? Why am I afraid of being taught? And it could be an energy of rebelling against authority. So you want to be the person that is in that position. But when it's time for you to learn, to develop, it's a problem. So it's definitely falling into the reins of control. Right? So there's a need to take control of the stories the untruths that you're telling yourself, but there's also a need to release control when it's time for you to learn something new. So here, this is the story of the master student, right? The teacher student. We all go through that, where we're masters at some things and we're students at others, right? But it's a process. It's looking at it as it's a process of our growth and development as a soul. It's a process of growth and development with our skills, our abilities, so that we can help to heal the collective. But they're saying that with the hermit that follows here, it's a need for you to go inwards. It's a need for you to ask these questions whenever this pops up, right? The limiting beliefs. And that is, why am I so afraid of, and you fill in the blank, and in this case, of releasing control? Why do I feel the need to always be in control? Why do I fear authority? And a part of it is because you fear authority within yourself, because it's falling into the trap of always worrying about the what ifs, what could happen, how everything could go wrong. And it's like stepping on the brakes, holding yourself back with worry. It's highlighting the limiting beliefs when it comes in. It's communicating with it. It's being able to discern what is truth and what is untruth, right? So you're going to be asking yourself in the moment, why am I so afraid of this change? Why am I afraid of learning something new? Or why am I afraid of taking on new clients? Why am I afraid of helping people? Why am I afraid of getting things wrong? That's a biggie in this community, getting things wrong. Why am I so afraid of that? It happens. We are human. Let's get another card. Let's get an oracle. This is from the Aboriginal wisdom, or sorry, Aboriginal ancestral wisdom cards. Okay, let's get a card for you. Okay, we decided to get two and it fell on the side. See, these cards, they have a light and a shadow aspect, right? So both of yours fell on the side. So I have to read them like that. So the first one is card number 39, and it says variable and then reliable. So you're right now, you're in the process of, you're somewhere in the middle. And then we have unaware, and then we have insight. And again, that also fell in the middle, and that's card number 8. So there's actually an awareness, a knowing, but for you it's like a fear of actually taking that step towards embracing all of who you are and what you have to offer. For some of you, it feels like, I can't believe that I'm able to do this. It's almost like you have moments where you step out of yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing this. I actually can do this. So it's that realization, but it's now for you to get to a point, because sometimes with the realization you can easily fall into doubt, especially if you get something wrong. Right now, it's for you to actually be comfortable, like truly and fully embrace all of you. So the moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this, I can't believe I'm getting it right, there will be that knowing. So you won't be vulnerable to the point where you are, if you do have a knockback, where let's say you get something wrong, it's not going to crush you and you're going to fall into a space of, maybe this is not for me, maybe this is not real. You wouldn't be in a space where you're going to be doubting yourself. You're going to know that you have this and this ability, right? And you're going to be like, okay, well, that was just either a bad day, or that person was just blocked energetically, because people do that. People, some people have the power to actually block, right, themselves, so you can't tap into how they're feeling. It's very hard for you to get in there and really see them. You have to be a hell of a practitioner to break through that shield. But it's that knowing and that being self-assured I'm hearing, right? So it's with the two cards, right, falling on its side, it is showing that it kind of goes back and forth, the way you feel about your gifts, your abilities. So that's the form of limiting belief. So 1 minute you're very confident, the next minute you're not, right? And 1 minute you're reliable, the next minute it's like you're not, right? 1 minute you have great insight, the next minute you just feel like, what the hell, my gifts are gone. And it has a lot to do with being in alignment. Now for you, you're being called to actually have words of affirmation, right? This is screaming for you to actually do a lot of mirror work and do a lot of speaking to your higher self. So asking yourself the questions whenever this doubt, this energy of limiting belief, feeling lack, etc. comes in, asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? And sometimes we have to be aware that it could be people around us. We're picking up other people's energies, right? So if you are reading for other people or giving guidance to other people, you need to clear your energy. It is so important that you cleanse and clear your energy. And even if you're not working with others, if you step outside of your house, when you come back in, especially being someone that is sensitive, you have to cleanse and clear your energy, right? It should be as often as you brush your teeth. This is very important for you, because it's the energy of you falling into self-doubt. And we have here the Hermit. It's like being able to discern and know what is your energy and what is that of others. Putting the spotlight on you, understanding everything that you need to know about yourself, so that you can be a better practitioner, or that you can practice spirituality better. Be comfortable with that, not again taking on other people's energies. Yeah, definitely a lot of introspection for you guys. That's how you would work through it. Look at that. We have the Emperor here twice. With war. Look at that. The Emperor is here twice. So, again, and I'm getting chills here, you are more than capable of taking control of the situation. You're more than capable of developing and growing, managing yourself, helping others without losing sight of who you are, because the Emperor knows who he is, right? The Emperor will help you to know who you are, because he's been there, done that. But it's come up twice. So you also could be someone who's really have very strong and firm beliefs, and really do not take well to authority, especially when, again, you are on the receiving end. But again, it's calling for you to get to really know yourself and to be open to learning, because this is going to be with you learning, right? For those of you who are afraid of taking a course and developing, etc., you're going to be the master of your craft. So we do have to be students sometimes. Get some of the cards. Wow, that flew out. So we have here, follow your dreams. Awakened vision sees clues. So you may be receiving clues, especially with the Hermit card and the Moon, right? So you may be getting visions in your dreams. You may be getting visions when you meditate, or just it's almost like a daydream energy. So you're up, but it's like a daydream, but it actually is our visions, right? So what you're being called to do is to receive the messages that's in the visions, right? So heed the warnings or heed the guidance from your visions. That's what it is saying. And it's saying to be able to move through the fear, move through the limiting beliefs, move through the blocks, and take that risk, that leap, right, into the unknown. Take that leap into believing in yourself and trusting the path, trusting spirit, trusting your guides, your ancestors, because you're being guided and told, right, where to go, what path to take. And it's for you to trust in what you are receiving and to move forward. And this is screaming with an open heart. With an open heart. Okay, let's get you a chakra card. We have here the base chakra. That's right. That is right. And it says first chakra, base chakra, building a strong foundation. I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. So it's definitely calling for you to ground, right? So be mindful of what you put into your body. So foods that you put into your body, of course, mindset, what you're telling yourself, right? So being in that healthy space where you're focusing on all that you have achieved and having gratitude for it, but also when you're looking to the future, having more of a positive outlook, not necessarily focusing on all that will go wrong, right? Because that's a complete blocker. This is grounding your energy where you're more focusing on how you can overcome obstacles. How can I achieve the next step? And of course, listening to the guidance that you're receiving from your ancestors, guides, and source. Right? The aim is also changing your mindset where you're focusing on building and growing instead of failing. Right? That's gorgeous. Okay, let's look at your advice card. So we have here surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Look at that. And what do we have here? The Hermit. It's like quieting that mind, quieting your mind, right? And also going inwards to be open to receiving the guidance, but also connecting with your higher self, asking those important questions when you're stepping into doubt, and gaining the clarity that is needed for you to move along this path confidently, effortlessly, right? Trusting and believing in yourself and the process. That's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the second card, here's your reading. So we look at this card at the end. Let's get some tarot. So we're going to see, how do you release limiting beliefs so you can tap completely into your spiritual gifts. Okay. Okay, so we have Judgment, Four of Tides, so Four of Cups, one more card please. Wow, Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords. Oh wow, guys. Bottom of the deck, we have the Jester of Wands, so the Page of Cups. So this is a clear example of really being too hard on yourself, right? So this is screaming that it's like everything you do, you feel you kind of like analyze it too much, judge yourself too much. Oh, I'm not doing it right, it's not perfect enough, it's not that's not the way that it's meant to be done. And I'm hearing with you guys, it's important to be original, right? When it comes to your spiritual gifts, it is different in everyone. So we all can be clairvoyant. There can be 5 clairvoyants in the room, and the way that they use their gifts or perform their gifts differs, because they're all individuals. They're different beings. So it is calling for you. There's not a textbook way of doing things. So if it is not as it is written in the book, so your gifts or what you're doing, if it is not textbook, it is okay. It's for you to find your way and method of doing things, your uniqueness, right? That's what this is screaming, because it's showing a bit of you feeling disheartened, right? Disheartened and anxious because it's not like everyone else, and it's not textbook, and it's not this, and it's not that, or I have clairvoyant but I don't have clairsentient, or I have clairaudience and clairsentience but I don't have clairvoyant, whatever, right? It doesn't matter, right? Whatever you have, it's embracing that, accepting that, mastering and developing that. Because remember, it is not just, I can give an example with clairaudience. Now, with clairaudience, because I have that, that's one of mine. It could be where you're listening to music in your head, like you're hearing a song, it just pops up, right? And there's a message in that song that can help you or someone else, right? There's guidance. You'll be able to discern, decipher what the message is, right? Now, you could have that gift where that's the only thing that you have, like you're not hearing the voice of your ancestors or guides or source or whatever, right? It doesn't mean that you can't develop it. It doesn't mean that where you currently are at is that's it and it's not good enough. What it's calling for you to do is to exercise and develop that gift to the point where you have mastered it, meaning being comfortable with it, really exercising it and asking those questions, asking your guides, your ancestors, source to step in and give me more clarity, right? When you receive that song, what could end up happening is you hear the song in your head, you go, you look at the lyrics or you listen to it, you get a vision. So your clairvoyance has popped in, right? So that's how you develop it. That's how you take it further. Or what could end up happening is you then hear the guidance from your ancestors in your head. Okay, well, this is what it means. The name of the person is this, that, or the other. This is the situation, This is where you need to go. And you start hearing it because you've practiced and developed and you're working alongside your guides and ancestors and source. So there's no need to be in this energy where it's like dissatisfaction, right? Dissatisfaction, annoyance. It's saying to move out of that energy. This is someone's story, by the way. But for this pile, it is a lot to do with things not being textbook. But you're meant to be unique and original. We all are. We do it in our own way. And the reason why I'm also preaching here is because I had this. When I first started, I was like, my gifts are not like such and such. And this master medium said to me, you can do this. And I'm like, hell no, I can't do this. I can't do what you do. But it's different. Now I get it. It is different to how she does it. See? Okay. So we have here, it's almost like, also like reset energy. So because something is not textbook, it's almost like, okay, I have to try something else. So someone is trying so many different things to try to fit in, I'm hearing. And it is saying, stop, put the brakes on, because you're only driving yourself crazy here. You're only digging a hole for yourself to feel more like despair, I'm hearing. That's not the energy that needs to be in you when you're dealing with spirituality, especially if you're going to be working with others, right? So there is a sense of starting again, but this time really connecting with your emotional body and your mental body, having a balance here, right? What is ego based? What am I afraid of? Right? What am I afraid of, and why am I avoiding tapping into myself, connecting with myself, right? Why am I afraid of doing that? Why am I looking at other people? And why don't I want to feel? Why am I not feeling myself, the emotions that run through me that are mine? Why am I feeling lack, inadequate? Why is there this fear of facing who I am? It's there needs to be some form of vulnerability and intimacy with the self here, because it's heavy, the judgment. It's very heavy. It's very paralyzing. It's paralyzing. You're not meant to be like everyone else. We all aren't meant to be like everyone else. That's what makes it so interesting when it comes to spiritual gifts. It differs, and it doesn't matter if you have one or if you have 21, right? It doesn't matter, because your one could be so powerful, it's like exceeds the person that has 21, because you are that master of that one gift, you see? But also you can develop more gifts, but by asking for it. So once you have completed, or not necessarily completed, but once you are comfortable with, understand the gift that you have that's presented to you, when ready, if you ask for it and they feel that you're ready, that's your ancestor, source, etc., you will be blessed with more gifts, more abilities, because you're not going to be given something that you can't handle. That's for those of you in that situation there, right? Listen to the guidance that's being given to you, because with judgment, they are trying to speak to you. They're all calling for you to shift your mindset here, right? Truly connect with your higher self. This is a second part that is, you're being guided to do that. Connect with your higher self. Work through this emotional body and then the mental body, needing to bring it into alignment, needing to make it balanced, needing to look at the self. Because look at these two beings in the boat, right? They need to focus on the self, taking the time to step away from looking at the other, and now it's time to focus on you. It's like going off and really and truly tapping into yourself and seeing yourself for who you are, not what you believe it to be, with the Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, and running with it. Spirit and your ancestors want to show you this. They want to show you this. Also, with two people in a boat, what can also be a block, right? A limiting belief that's blocking your spirituality is your connections with others, right? How are you making it affect your spirituality, you as well? How is it affecting you, the soul, right? So when your connections are sweet, going great, are you a better practitioner? Are you better? Are you really good at your spirituality? When your connections are going bad, is that when things go wrong? Is that when you kind of detach from it? You see, no matter the season, no matter what's going on in your life, your spirituality should be a constant. It should not be affected so much to the point where you've detached from it. You're questioning yourself. It's like falling into the black hole. You should be in a space where you will have your spirituality as, it's almost like a light that lifts you out of that darkness. It's something that you trust, believe in, have faith in. And it helps you to better embrace and understand the why you're experiencing challenges or how you can overcome them, right? So it is definitely a self-based situation, work that needs to be done here, right? Very heavily. And also connecting with, again, your ancestors, source, your guides, like truly, not surface level stuff. This is for you guys, journaling, really connecting with yourself and asking, why am I feeling this way? Why do I need validation? Why do I need to be like others? Why am I running away from my uniqueness? Why am I running away from myself? What am I afraid of? And it's to write these down in the journal. Ask those questions and write it down. Now, I stress this in other videos. Doing this exercise, you can't lie to yourself because you are connecting with yourself. So it's important to be honest. Now, if you're feeling, now we all know what it feels like to lie within. That sensation of when we lie and that sensation of when we are telling the truth. Now, this is you and pen and paper, guide, source, and everyone else, right? So one thing to factor in, guide, source, ancestors, they know the truth. They know the truth, but what they want from you is to admit it for yourself, to see the truth, to actually be able to say it, because it is within. The truth is within, and they know it, but they want you to say it, to admit it. So there's no one else that's meant to be around you when you're doing this, so you can feel judged, right? This is something you do in private with yourself, right? So in the moment, you're asking yourself these questions and you're honestly answering them. And when you do that, that's how you can get to the core of the issue and then work on healing. And then remember, call on your guides, your ancestors, for assistance with this. And if you guys need more assistance, you can email me. Now, that's one thing for you guys, that journaling and writing down these honest questions and answering them. There's also gratitude and embracing what you currently have. So recognizing the gifts that you have, not looking at what anyone else has, how it's working for them, none of that stuff. What is working for you? What do you have? And how can I improve it? How can I master it? How can I embrace it? How can I make it be like second nature to me? And for some of you, how can I not fear it? right? Let's get an oracle card. This is from the Aboriginal Ancestor Wisdom. Okay, is that? Okay, so for you guys, it's turned. So these cards, right? It has a light and a shadow, right? So depending on how it falls, so yours fell like this. Sometimes it falls on the side, and that's how I'd have to read them. So you have here awakened, that's reversed, and then we have suppressed, upright. We have wisdom reversed, unwise, upright. And then we have excited, reverse, bored, upright. And then what's interesting, 4 of Cups represents boredom. So you have it here twice. Oh my God, guys. Okay. Look, it's not a bad thing, because these are energies that can be turned around. So this card has a very, the colors remind me of the root chakra, the base chakra. And there's a sense of being ungrounded. And it makes sense because you have cups and air, swords cards, right? So you have water and air element. And those are being too much into your feelings and too much into your head or energy. So this is holding back, right? This is you suppressing your true light, suppressing your gifts based on being carried away in these energies, right? So it's calling for you to be aware with the awakening side of things, part of the card, to be aware of when you're tapping into this energy. So this is when the why questions come in and the journaling comes in, right? And also focusing on what you currently have, having gratitude. Now, with the wise and with the wisdom and the unwise card, this is the self-doubt side of things, right? Looking at what other people have and not trusting your own abilities and gifts, right? So this is also screaming for you to again connect with your ancestors. Look at what you have, your gifts, and how you can master them. Right, that's what this is screaming for. We have excited and bored. So again, this is really feeling like focusing on what other people have. Why are you not excited about what you have, your gifts? Why are you not excited about it? Why are you looking at it in a negative way? Right? Like, I want it to be like Sally's gifts. Why? Why can't you have your own original way of doing things? Originality is screaming from this pile. You are unique and original, and it's for you to step into this energy now. It's time for you to be that, because you have a lot of wisdom here. This is, look at all of this. These are your capabilities here. We have awakening, wisdom, and exciting. Look at that. That's what you're capable of experiencing, and I'm feeling chills. If you step into your gifts and embrace it and not focus on the negative, what you don't have, you not only have a lot to share, you not only can be a master of your craft, you're going to inspire others. You're going to help others to awake to their gifts, right, and abilities. That's what this is like, a guide energy. You have a guide energy surrounding you. But first you have to find yourself. Be open to connecting with yourself, connecting with the source. I'm hearing the elements. So it's like calling for you to go out in nature even, to ground your energy, to feel again, to feel that passion, to feel life, to feel alive. That's what this is saying. Getting out of the head, getting out again of looking at others, what others are doing. Being excited about you. And going out in nature is also going to help you to gain wisdom from the elements, the trees, etc. You're going to be inspired and enlightened. Wow. Okay, let's get a card. Okay, let's get an oracle. So we have here, get into the energy vortex. Trust your higher consciousness. I mean, seriously, look at that. Look at that. Shifting your vibration, shifting the energy blocks. This is mindset, right? This is screaming mindset. This is screaming now, really focusing on you. Developing your gifts, mastering your gifts, strengthening your gifts by first concentrating on you, not looking at anyone else, right? But also not holding malice or negative feelings, hard feelings towards others. Whatever they got going for them, that's great, that's them. But you're looking at the greatness of the self, okay? You're focusing on that. Okay, let's get you a chakra card. Okay, we have here, wow. So we have here the third chakra, the solar plexus, and it says the warrior. I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. Exactly. Look at that. Solar plexus. So you're focusing on the I am energy, right? Connecting with who you are and embracing all that you are. Okay, I'm going to give you another card. So look at that. This just popped out. Inspired action. Card number 22. Master number, master builder. Right? What we create. What we develop and build within ourselves. Focus on inspiration and the action steps will follow effortlessly. Exactly. That's what it's calling for you to do. It's really screaming. It's all about you right now. It's all about opening up to yourself, being vulnerable, not hiding or running away from the truth. Right? Let's look at your advice. We have surrendered your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Yeah, and in this case, I mean, this could be also something that affects your relationships, your connections with others. There's a sense of being detached from yourself. So by being detached from yourself, that is a block. Because if you are not connected to yourself or even wanting to know yourself, how is anyone else going to? Right? How is anyone else going to connect with you and know you? Right? Aspects of you. Because that's all kind of blocked off. So this is screaming for you to be open. Right? With the Four of Swords, that's emotionally blocked energy. With the Nine of Swords, that's mental overload. So it's like your mind is racing and your heart you're not even feeling. So think about that. How is anyone going to come in? How are you going to connect with yourself? How are you going to do your work? How would you be able to do your work? Think about that. So it's screaming for you to be open. Be open to connecting with yourself, feeling who you are, being who you are. And once you're in that state of acceptance and gratitude, that's when you will flourish. Your gifts will flourish, I'm hearing. And when that occurs, that's when you're more than capable and ready to assist others fully. So I'm not saying you're not doing that now, but that's where you're going to be in that space where you're not going to fall into the trap of doubt, lack, etc. Because either you're taking on someone else's energy or you don't believe in yourself. But when you know who you are and you know your abilities, that's a whole different story, right? So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the third card, here's your reading. So we're going to look at this advice card at the end. Let's get some tarot. So, universe source, how can pile 3, option 3, release limiting beliefs so they can tap completely into their spiritual gifts? Oh my God, please, thank you. Oh, you got 4. Okay, bottom of the deck, 2 of Gardens, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Queen of Tides, Queen of Cups, Stranger of Tides, Knight of Cups, King of Gardens, that's the King of Pentacles, and the Devil. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting is why you're doing it. So when it comes to limiting beliefs and how to strengthen your gifts, this pile, it's all about connecting to why you're doing something. Why are you practicing your spirituality, right? So it's all about and when I say that, are you doing it because you love it, or are you doing it because of the gains that you can get from it, right? Are you doing it to help others, or are you doing it for monetary stability, right? Or are you doing it for status, for the title, right? So this is the main energy that's surrounding this pile here. Why are you doing it? It's also showing me that there's a sense of needing to trust your intuition, trust what you are getting, because it's calling for grounding this energy with the King of Pentacles. And with the Devil card, it's like what I'm feeling, seeing, hearing, is that possible? Especially with the Devil card, it's like having like firm beliefs, right? And it's like seeing is believing, I'm hearing. But with the King of Pentacles and the Devil, it's like what I can see, smell, touch, and taste, that's in my reality. That's what I believe in. But you are also getting metaphysical messages, signs, energy surrounding you. And it's hard to explain it. It's almost like trying to, how do I explain some of these things that I'm experiencing? How do I make sense of it? How do I process it? This also is an issue of translating some of the guidance that you're receiving. How do I decipher the messages, the guidance, where it will make sense and I won't look like a fool? I mean, there's very strong psychic energy here, very strong, with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Very loving and compassionate energy, but it's like needing things to be tangible. For some of you, how can I make money from this? Is it bad to make money from this? Can I do this? for a living. And it's like heavy fear-based energy. And what Spirit is saying is, decide why you are doing this. Right? Is it with the Devil card? It is not always bad. It's also passion, drive, and ambition. Right? Other than the whole toxic stuff. But it does mean that. And in this energy, it's like, do you have a passion for what you do? The spirituality. Do you believe in what you are receiving, the guidance? Right? And then when it's with the King of Pentacles, what are the reasons why you're doing this? Are you doing this for monetary gains and status or status? Is that the driving force as to why you're doing this? Is it to help others? Be of counsel to others? Or is it for the self? Right? So those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Yeah, with the Two of Gardens, so that's the Two of Pentacles. It's like you're in two minds about this. Right? Juggling the idea of either how can I make this into a feasible, a tangible business, but also am I staying true to my spirituality, the purpose as to why I'm doing this. The self-doubt and limiting beliefs is actually trusting yourself, right? Get this one, the energy I'm getting is definitely, why are you doing this? Not in a mean way, but it's a question that you need to ask yourself. It's really heavy, that energy. It's really, really heavy here because your gifts are quite strong, very strong. But do you want to really do this? Do you trust it? There's a sense of feeling that it might be wrong. You're fighting against this could be actually something negative, or people might see it as something negative. Me practicing this craft or doing it as a business. It feels more so, and I'm getting chills, not necessarily how you feel about yourself, like doubting your abilities and who you are. It feels more so what others will think, right? Or what would God think? What would Source think if I'm actually earning from this? We have here the Star. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And this came out first, the Six of Swords. A lot of like Pentacles energy, so it's and I keep hearing seeing is believing, seeing is believing. And I'm also hearing it's time for you to kind of like see the magic with the Star and the Six of Swords. It's moving into this energy of seeing the magic. And it's not like, it doesn't come in big. It's in the simple things. It's usually the fine details, the little things where the magic happens. That's what Spirit is saying. This is something that you need to develop within yourself, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. It is going to take a while for you to understand, truly understand your gifts and how it works, how Spirit works, because you were blessed with this incredible ability, but you're not trusting it. You're not trusting it. And for some of you, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you'll know who you are. So we're not, with this channel, it's not about I'm triggered or mad and then I'm gonna act crazy, right, in the comments. This is where we're all about truth here. Okay, so if you're feeling any waves of anxiety or annoyance, It's usually when you're triggered, it's a wave of annoyance. There's some truth in that, and that is where you're going to have to ask yourself the valuable questions. We're all about healing and working through these things so that we can be a better practitioner. Okay? So that we can enjoy and embrace our spirituality better without any blockages. Okay? Other channels don't be telling you that, but on here, that's what we're about, because we're about doing the work, right? Okay, so for some of you, it's for the reasons, the wrong reasons. So you have this amazing ability, but how you're using it, how you're going about it, it might not be for the highest good of others. It may only be for yourself, but you're dealing with others, you're working with others, and you know the purpose behind it is not for them really, it's for self. So that's something that you are going to now focus on, or needing to focus on. But Spirit is saying here, you're going to be led down that path anyway. You're going to be led down that path because Spirit is going to take you. Spirit is going to take you there. And we have the Queen of Swords on the bottom here. That's all about the truth. This just popped out. Page of Swords. You're going to learn the truth here. You're going to learn the truth about yourself, why you are here. So there's a sense of introspection work for you. And what I'm getting from the Queen of Swords is always asking yourself the questions whenever there is doubt. Whenever you're at a space where a crossroads, or you're like, okay, hang on a minute. Is this the right thing that I'm doing? Am I on the right path? This is where you're going to be asking yourself those valuable questions and answering it truthfully. Being the authentic self and being authentic with yourself. Right? But you're going to be on a journey of self-discovery. You're going to be on the journey of further developing your gifts and understanding why you've received these gifts and how you're meant to use them. It's coming into balance. It's like also learning how to manage and balance your metaphysical gifts and how to use it in our realm, our dimension. How to heal and how to also have abundance for the self, material abundance for the self. So it's doing both, having both, because it is possible. Yeah, look at that. We have here changing course with the Two of Wands. So what's going to happen with you guys, which is quite interesting, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So that's all about coming into harmony with the self, but also being enriched. So this is being enriched in all forms. So material, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, just completely enriched and in alignment and in a good place. Because again, it does feel like you are torn and drawn between two sides of yourself, two elements and two aspects here. When it comes to understanding who you are, or also your spiritual gifts, how to manage your spiritual gifts, how to interpret messages, right? And also how to use your spiritual gifts and earn a living from it. That is very interesting. Okay, let's get some oracle cards on here. So this is from the Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom. Okay, so we have grounding cards here. So with this deck, you have the light aspect, shadow aspect, right? It fell this way, so I have to read it this way. If it fell sideways, I would read it sideways. So it says here, possibilities and forbidden, repelled, fascinated. Wow. So we have, and the possibilities forbidden card, card number 24. Card number 26, the fascinated and the repelled energy. So there's an energy of holding yourself back. So being in this space of indecision, it leads you to stagnation. It leads you to believe that I can't do this. I can't step on this energy. It is wrong. With the devil, the forbidden and the devil energy, it's like saying, this is wrong. I cannot do this. What will other people think if I am in this energy, or I'm doing this as a business? It doesn't make sense. But you're being shown and drawn to the direction of actually doing spiritual work, guiding others, right? And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a business, but we have here the King of Pentacles, so it is leaning more into that direction. But business or working with others, right? Now it is saying that the question here, the driving force of you holding yourself back, is actually how it appears to others, how you think it appears to God, and not believing, not trusting that this is something that is positive and uplifting and can help others. You're thinking that it might be something that is shadow, devilish, etc. That's for some of you, right? So you're being called to actually, again, tap into yourself and actually do a test. I'm hearing it's like testing out the miracles that appears before you. That's what I'm hearing. Testing out the miracles that appear before you. The energy of spirit, the energy of spirit does not destroy. Do you hear that? The energy of spirit is not destructive. Okay. So that's something that you need to write down, or when you fall into doubt, limiting beliefs, or the feeling that this is devilish, always tell yourself that the energy of spirit is not destructive. So when you are doing this work where you're helping people to improve and to be uplifted, inspired to live the best life that they could, or to become the best version of themselves, that is not destructive. Okay. Let's get some more cards. So we have recreate yourself. Feel the thrill of the ride. That's cute. It's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of the journey. And with this moon energy, it's giving me that vibe that you're meant to go through this because it will make you a stronger practitioner. You see, because you will understand the ups and the downs, the challenges and success when it comes to spiritual practice, right? Just this whole journey, this transformative journey, this part of life, growing as a soul. Okay, so we have here, tackle adversity head on. A path with no bend is boring. You hear that? Tackle adversity head on. A path with no bend is boring. So it's like the pushback, the challenges, what other people have to say. Does it really matter? It's a strength or a test of character. It's a test of character. We all have gone through this. But one thing for sure is to see how strong we are when we have negative vibrations coming at us. How strong of a warrior, a practitioner are you? Are you going to bend and fold during challenging times? Or when you're faced with negativity, lack beliefs from others? Or are you going to be in the energy of knowing who you are, knowing what you have to offer, having that belief within the self and trusting the guidance that you're receiving from source, your ancestors and guides, and using that to press forward, march forward on your path. Okay, let's get a chakra card. Okay, we have here the sixth chakra, third eye chakra, intuitive perception. I know that what my intuitive senses tell me are true. Look at that, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me, and I know that it is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. So it's calling for you to do a lot of meditative work, having periods of stillness to really connect with the self, right? And you're going to be receiving the guidance anyway. And I'm feeling chills now. But more importantly, this is you connecting with your higher self and gaining the truth as to who you are and the situation. Getting the guidance that you need to receive for you to go move along on your path comfortably, I'm hearing willingly and freely. Okay, let's look at your advice. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by others. You can't make this up. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. That's what we've been saying for a while. This is all about confidence within the self and knowing the self. It's knowing and embracing, right, the truth. It's believing it. Same here, trust. Believing the truth that you are receiving the messages. That's extraordinary. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your